back, everybody. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast. Mr. Joe Bartnick back.
What's going on, Randy?
On a St. Patrick's Day, he's got his green on. I don't. I got off a plane, fucking wearing my ratty old Ready, Set, Blow podcast
I had to
t-shirt.
think about it. You know, it's funny. I got a couple different. I did my skate this morning. I had a couple different hockey jerseys with green. I have a Guinness hockey jersey and the fire department of Fairmont. I did a benefit for them this year, and they're like, I don't know, they're Irish or something. They gave me
the whole fire department. Yeah, cheers. A little whiskey
salute.
for you. Yeah, here.
You know what's funny?
Sacrament.
I thought about this. Oh shit, this is a good one. This is a big one.
Well, you don't have to take it all at once, Joe, but I'm sure you will. Nectar of the gods, really is.
You're a Jameson guy?
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked whiskey. I was more of a Scotch guy, but just on the road with Jeff when he was still drinking, it was, shots of a double of Jameson and a Corona.
Yeah, see, I've drinking so much whiskey in my life, but I've never been a Jameson guy. Most of my friends are Jameson guys.
Really? What do you go with? Are you a Jack guy?
I wasn't. I mean, everyone's a Jack guy. That's like saying, "Are you a do you drink water?" You know? I mean, I was always a Crown Royal guy on the rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Now I drink a lot of ryes.
Okay.
I drink a lot of Manhattans, but I figured out though that really with my heart medicine, I think whiskey and the amounts I drink it messes up my heart.
There is something about the brown liquor that's fucking bad for you. It does hit you harder, I feel like.
Well, because I don't get hungover, I just feel weird. And the
it's not a hangover, it's a stroke, Joe.
Yes. Because my lovely feature act in Nashville is a great guy. He was saying the same thing happened to him in gin and his blood pressure medicine. He had to quit drinking gin because I'm like, so really what I really drink now is I drink beers and shots of tequila. Okay. But I'll still have my whiskey, and I'm not. I never turn down liquor.
Yeah. Well, I'm the same way. If like, oh, what do you like? Well, what are you drinking? If you're buying the drinks, I'm having whatever you're having.
I always say that,
and then you're having,
and then they're like, "Whoa, what do you want?" And it's like, okay, well, here's what we'll do.
Yeah, exactly. I had some Crown Royal vanilla last night. That was a little. I felt like kind of a fucking half a fag drinking it, but it was tasty.
Yeah, vanilla is like the worst. Is that Crown Royal apple? It's like, what?
Oh yeah, what is that?
Terrible. Yeah, I don't eat flavors of Crown Royal. You know what's interesting was like there's a regular Crown Royal, and then there's like the kind you can still get in Costco, but it was like the next level up.
Yeah,
I liked regular so much better.
Yeah,
but then when you go above the second best to like, or whatever, the better to like the next 5 levels, it gets increasingly just like nectar of the gods.
Oh man,
you can just drink it like Gatorade. Like they kind of come in a cask.
Yeah.
Like those are just ridiculously good. So I do like Canadian whiskeys. I mean, my go-to when I was a kid was always 7 and 7s.
Really?
But we called them 49 and 7s. So it's like
all
Seagram 7 splash of 7 up. That's what I do now is I call them, I don't make Manhattans, I make big apples. I take a pint glass, mostly whiskey, and then a little splash of vermouth. I like to drink.
Who doesn't?
I'm a man of vices.
I know. Well,
we're the last of a dying.
I know, man.
We just lost another compadre.
I know. That's the thing, man. I've been fucking railing about this. I'm happy all my friends are getting clean and sober, and
but not really.
They're bettering their lives. But it's like, what the fuck? Like, this is part of the fringe benefits of fuck off comedian.
Well, that's what I think. Like, what I mean, and a great drinking buddy of mine, and of course a Pittsburgher, Steve Byrne. It's like we're like.
You clean up?
No.
Okay, good.
Jesus, don't scare me. We're like, what will we do? This is the whole point. This is the point.
Yeah, it makes the after the show really sad if you're not drinking.
It makes everything sad. Like, wouldn't you just get a job and make real money?
Get a day job while you're at it, you fucking loser.
You have so much time in the day.
You're not sleeping off a hangover. What the fuck you doing with yourself?
Right. You don't have to get on like 4 planes. You don't have to take the connecting flight. You can fly direct. You don't have to get up at 4 a.m. to catch the 6 a.m.
Is St. Patty's Day a big thing in Pittsburgh? You guys go crazy out there?
It is a big day. It is a big parade. Then they always have a hockey game. I don't know. I'm not the biggest I'm not big on the amateur nights. It's like I usually work New Year's Eve. St. Patrick's Day is like, it's okay. I always want to, I'm a little bit Irish. So before you send your cards and letters to Mr. Villaro, I don't know. Say, I think Irish pride. Like, what's the pride? They've never won anything.
I know.
I mean, except like the Celtics and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. I mean, but the country, they've been under British rule forever.
Fucking ever. Well, also, it's funny that like they're like national pride is like wrapped up around being an alcoholic. Like you wouldn't. No other culture is like, oh, let's celebrate being Chinese. And and smoke opium.
Yeah,
it's not like
we're gonna do math.
Do some Sudoku today.
Yes. Well, it's like I said this today, and I'm gonna use. I almost tweeted it, but I think I'm just gonna use it in my act at some point. That what was the first St. Patrick's Day parade? Like the Irish were too drunk to get on horses, and they had to walk home.
What about a DUI on a horse?
Well, just running into something, right?
Yeah.
Their carriage runs off course.
Chicago. I was looking at that. They fucking dye that river green. How is that? Doesn't that like kill the fish? How are they still doing that? I thought environmentalists would be like, cut this shit out. You're killing the fish.
Well, they probably just use like the ones from Trader Joe's green dye.
Oh, you're squeezing it into the river.
Whole Foods green dye. Naturally safe.
I love living in Boston during St. Patrick's Day though. They really they go all out. They have two separate parades. They have a parade like for the city, and then South Boston has its own parade on on Sundays.
Right.
That is just. I mean, it's like
the gays don't march in, right?
Yeah. It's for fucking. I mean, there's a fist fight every corner.
Right.
Some guy's beating his wife. It's the real deal. And I mean, they fucking put out a ton of cops. It's kind of like a fucking redheaded Mardi Gras.
There's no beads.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep your shirt on.
Yeah, exactly. Some fat redhead girl with sloppy tits pulling them out. I was like, what is going on here, dude?
Yeah, no, Pittsburgh's a pretty big Irish. It has a pretty big St. Patrick's. It's a big deal. I think all the big old cities, St. Patrick's Day is a big day.
Yeah, but I agree with you, man. The days that are designated for drinking are not the days I like to be drinking, like out in public.
Right.
You would go to a bar today, it's fucking overloaded. People are hammered. They're in the way. They jack up prices on you. It's like, I like to drink on a Tuesday in the middle of fucking February. No good reason to be out at the bar.
I am a professional day drinker.
Oh, yeah. I love a day drink.
It's my
Passed
favorite.
out by 8:30. Just fucking.
Yeah, home nice. Home and in tight. Yeah. That and I'm a big Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday guy.
Oh, Thursday's a good day.
Thursday's the best day. It's the best day for comedy.
It is.
Because that's when you come into town, you're fresh. My best sets are always Thursday.
Yeah, we're always also a little loose because the crowd might be a little lighter, right? So I'll fuck around a little more, try some different things.
Well, in general, your real fans come on Thursday.
Yeah, that's true. Because they're leaving work saying we got to get to the show.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, when am I going the weekend? It'll be packed. They know like first show's tight.
Yeah,
second
the
show's
meet and greet,
later.
There'll be no one at the meet and greet. I'll hang with Joe after the show.
Right, exactly. He's partying. Yeah.
Yeah, honey, put on your low-cut shirt so he looks at your tits and stays a while longer.
Well, that's the other thing we're talking about, though. Like a buddy of mine, and shout out 800 Pound Gorilla for doing everything for me. And they gave me a nice tour, took care of me in Nashville. It's great. They're great people. But they were like, it's so great you stay after their shows and hang out with your fans. It's like, well, yeah, why wouldn't? I'm so happy they came.
Really,
yeah. Like I'm not going to hide in the green room or like run out the back door. I'm going to say thanks to everyone, take every picture, and let's do some shots.
Yeah, exactly. You're not. Neither of us are famous enough to not be grateful that anyone showed up to see us do fucking 5 minutes, let alone an hour or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still like stunned if it happens every once in a while. People are like, hey, Randy, you're the guy from the thing. Yeah. Oh, fuck, you know who I am? All right.
But even my biggest friends, as far as in the business, they're everyone's grateful. But
yes.
I just think, but I really do enjoy hanging out with the people that came to see me. Yeah. Like I want to give them whatever they want. They want a picture. They want to say, "Oh, fuck your Penguins," or whatever they want to do. Like I want to give them that. Like it's because I'm happy they came. But then like the inverse, like my wife went to a St. Patrick's Day party last night. And she goes, "You want to go?" I go, "Who's going to be there? How many people?" Yeah, no. She's like 20 people. I go, "No."
Are they your friends? Yeah, no.
Yeah, because that's not enough people where I could find the one cool person to talk to.
Yeah.
it's going to mean that I have to like talk to people. And when I'm not being paid to talk to people, I don't really
Why
like
the
to
fuck
talk
am I
to people.
going out there?
Yeah.
Especially if they're not your friends that like, are into the shit that you're into. You know,
Right.
If you're hanging out with your buddies and you're smoking cigars, watching a hockey game, that's one thing. But it's like her friends and, and have normal jobs. It's like, what the fuck? Are we talking about?
Like her friend, just her friends in general. But, but I mean, like if there's somebody like my sister had her birthday last week. I was in Philly. We celebrated, blah blah. And then her neighbors next door, their neighbor's a great guy, and he made homemade pizzas. I'm sitting there learning about pizza, homemade pizza. I worked in the pizza when I was a kid, and we're doing that. It's like doing something.
Yeah.
And it's like if I find someone that's interesting, then that's totally worth it.
I'm kind of the same way. I'll glom on to look like oh, he's into what I'm into, or there's something cool going on. You know, this guy's, he's fucking working on his bike or something, or whatever it is. Like you got to find the cool guy at the party that's on your level.
Right.
Like, all right, I could spend an hour chilling with this guy.
Exactly. Because if a party's not big enough where everyone kind of knows each other, then it's like, then you're with everybody. And I don't like those types of situations. Like, I want to find the couple people I want to talk to and not talk to
start making fun of everybody else at the party.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking asshole. Look at this asshole.
Yeah. I'm not even like that way. Just like, I don't know, man. It's like you get tired of talking to people, and you get tired of talking to people who aren't interesting at all.
Oh, that's the big problem, the uninteresting people, man.
Yeah.
Because, as comics, we'll talk about fucking anything and everything, right? But you go in polite society, they're talking about real mundane shit, and there's certain topics they won't get into.
Oh,
and it's like, fuck this, Jack. Like, I'm not like this restrained conversation. It's really weird, like fucking freaks me out.
So the great Craig Gass.
Yeah.
So he filmed a special like last week, and he goes, "Hey, there's something I want you to look at and help me maybe punch it up." I go, "Okay." I got like a half an hour. I was in O'Hare going through the first time, like on my way to Philly. So I was sitting down at a little spot, and I could see this guy walking around, and I go, "Dude, if you need to use the plug, you can share my plug to plug in his phone." And I go, "Okay." Now I go, "You might hear some shit you don't want to hear though." so then we were just I'm not gonna give away his jokes or what he's talking about in the special, but it's pretty fucked up. The guy just looking at me and smiling like, this guy's fucking crazy. Like, who is he talking to? What are they talking about?
That same situation happened just this weekend. We were flying out to Seattle, me and Jeff. We're at Burbank. Our flights did like 4 hours, like fuck. And Adam Hunter pops by. He was walking by. Hey, Adam. So we just, sitting there talking. It's like me and Jeff. There's just a random woman. Then he's like sitting across from us. So we're getting into it. And, 20 minutes in, she's just like, fucking. You hear her like rubbing her forehead. And finally, half an hour in, she just gets up and walks away. We were making fun of some fucking shit, breaking some balls about something, just gross her out. But yeah, man, it's
Burbank is the worst
to get delayed. Because
there's nothing. One side is bad. The other side is like a prison bullpen.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the Guy Fieri restaurant thing.
Well, that's the good side.
That's the good side. Yeah.
Imagine that. Yeah. It's called like sandwich.
Yeah, it's called sandwich. And then there's that and like a fucking Hudson News with only peanuts and water.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yes. And then the other side is not even the Hudson News. It's like the East River News.
Yeah. So bad, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hated that too. My ex-wife used to like to drag me to dinner parties with her friends. That's what she liked to do. So it'd be like me, her 3 friends, and their douchebag husbands. It'd be awful.
Yeah,
awful.
see,
they're talking about just mundane shit. Fucking, it would infuriate me. I remember one time though, we were sitting at this restaurant, and one of her friend's husbands, picks up one of the forks. He's like, these restaurant forks have been in thousands of strange people's mouths. I'm like, oh, big deal, Kurt. So is my dick, but they wash the forks. I'm getting kicked under the table. She's like, what? One of the husbands started laughing, and he got kicked under the table.
Yeah, my wife learned years and years. We were still dating. I don't go to dinner parties with her, really. Dinner parties, mediocre, but never her work parties.
Oh.
Like, never her work parties.
Well, that's what's funny. So I took on a day job last year, and I'm like, I have like a real day job now, but I'm still, they know exactly what I do on nights and weekends.
Well, you're the boss.
I'm the boss. And I am completely inappropriate about it. fucking they took away all my direct reports. They're like, all right, because the HR used to report to me. And I made like a rape joke at the office. They're like, all right, that's the end of the fucking
HR.
Well, yeah. What are you gonna do? Fire me?
Right.
You're gonna call the board of directors? Like,
Exactly.
with this fucking complaint. But they took it away. That's it. When you can't just have an honest, open conversation, you got to like tiptoe and talk about like the mundane things. I just don't have the patience for it anymore. I do not.
Yeah. Well, it's just a bunch of fake people.
Yeah. Well,
To me, the biggest fake thing is because I was back east. So, you know, I was with my mother was actually, and my sisters too, for her surprise birthday party and stuff, is the people I can't stand the most is news anchors.
oh my God.
They're the fakest fucking.
You're doing morning press for fucking, the local Pittsburgh fucking Good Morning Pittsburgh.
Well, not so much even like, oh no, the morning radio guys in Pittsburgh are the greatest.
No, I'm talking about morning radio. I'm talking about the morning TV news, like the local TV.
Yes, well, not even so much those people. I'm talking about the morning chicks and the morning dudes. They're whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the very, very, very intense.
Oh, the Ted Koppels of the world.
Yeah. The 6, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
Those people, when they look at you like, when they go like, I'll just say like, Randy Valerio was caught with cocaine this evening. And they look like there's some, like you lop the head off of some 8-year-old kid. It's like, hey Frank, you were doing blow with that fucking horse sitting next to you last week. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, I saw you pinch the weather girl's ass on the way in the fucking studio.
Just that serious tone when they're the fucking biggest dirtbags in the world. That's what I can't stand.
I remember I was getting on a flight one time in New York, and Ernie Anastas, like their local night news guy, like on their ABC affiliate.
Ernie Anastas.
Ernie Anastas was his name.
Ernie Anastas.
Yeah, Ernie. Ernie Anastas. He got on the plane and he was shaking hands. You would have thought the fucking mayor walked on. He thought who the fuck he was. He was like shaking. People don't even know who he is. He's like offering his hand to kiss, like he's the fucking Pope.
Well, and the worst is, I don't know, because I figured out how to do it on when I had cable, but now I just have the Spectrum app. Is if you have Spectrum, they would immediately, when you turn the TV. Now someone showed me how to make it go to the hockey channel. It would turn on Spectrum News, which I call poor people news. It would just come on, and they'd hear about homeless people, or in South Central, we're burning a new cultural building. It's like, who gives a fuck?
What is a cultural building anyway?
Yeah, whatever. It's a building where they paint Martin Luther King's face on it.
What goes on inside? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
It's abandoned. It's an abandoned building. They put a fucking mural on it.
Exactly. Spray painted.
Put a picture of Kobe next to Martin Luther King, like they're somehow equivalent.
Right. Well,
one guy was.
They are kind of.
One guy was fucking white chicks in the ass in Colorado. The other one was trying to get people the right to vote. The same thing.
The other guy didn't get caught doing it.
Exactly. That's another thing too. They crucify him about that. Like historical figures can't just you can't appreciate them for how advanced they were for their time. It's like Martin Luther King, right? Fucking guy, civil rights. I would argue he did some good stuff.
He did some great things.
Great things. But then he's like, he was a real womanizer. It's like, yeah, so was everyone else. What the fuck? Like
even that decrepit CIA fuck George Bush was fucking like another ugly chick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was fucking a 4.
Yeah. He thought 2 2s would make a 4. Yeah.
But it's true. It's like it's like fucking they try to cancel Lincoln. It's like, he freed the slaves. Yeah, but he didn't think black people were equal. I was like, well, he also was the only one who thought they should be free. Can we give him credit for that?
Yeah. When did he say that though?
In like 1850 something, well before fucking other people were about it. Like,
no, when did he say they weren't equal? I never heard that before.
Oh well, he didn't think I think there's like they have like diaries and shit, and he's like, yeah, they should be freed, but they shouldn't have all the rights that white guys do. It was something in one of his diaries. But it's like, well, yeah, but he was very progressive for us. He was the only president who wanted to do this. Who wanted to free these people from bondage. Yeah. Like, but because he didn't want to give them the right to vote the next day. I don't like
this whole reading people's diaries either.
That is fucked up, right?
That's really fucked up. In Judd Apatow, he's reading.
Larry Sanders.
Yeah. It's like, can't you just write your own movie? You got to read you got to steal somebody's diary.
Can't you make another 2.5 hour long comedy that people turn off an hour in?
Yeah. Well, I do like a lot of his movies. But
I love his movies. This go too long. Too long.
Yeah.
Every movie.
Every movie is too long.
Yeah.
Every single movie is too long.
Yeah. You ever? I watched Commando the other day. That's an 88-minute movie, or sorry, like an 82-minute movie. It's an hour 20. Fucking get in, get out, blow some shit up. Arnold fucks things up.
That's all you
Saves
need.
the day. He's jacked.
Yeah.
It's fucking, like it's awesome. Live action. They actually blow shit up, not this CGI bullshit.
Yeah.
He takes on the entire Nicaraguan army and wins.
Yeah. It's great. No, I mean, that's like, I literally will stop any movie if I just go like, oh, that's like,
You put a timer on it, a little egg timer.
yeah, no, I see. If it says like 2 hours and 12 minutes or whatever, it's like, no, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not investing that.
No,
Yeah.
there's no way it's that
I'll be
good.
asleep by the point I'm fucking old as I am.
I just don't, nothing's that good. Imagine like 2 hours. I mean, that's like,
Yeah, well, you see comics
like
doing that.
hockey games are an hour.
Yeah.
Football games are an hour.
Yeah,
the
they move.
NBA is 48 minutes.
Yeah.
So when you're more important than like Penn's Rangers, when you can double that time and it's not the playoffs, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you watch an 18-inning baseball game, it's like, fuck this noise,
Oh my
Jack.
God, baseball's just the fucking worst. I can't even. Every time the season starts, I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to live to see the end of this season. Like 162 fucking games.
I like baseball, but I don't like watching it on TV. I like going to the park because you just kind of.
You like drinking in the day.
Yeah, it's
I like going to the game, getting some hot dogs, and fucking
it's a
looking
good
at
point.
some whores. Yeah, everyone likes that.
You got me nailed there, Joe. I don't really like the game. I like going to the stadium and looking at some girls and their fucking tits out in a Dodgers jersey drinking a fucking beer.
That's what my wife does. She brings. We used to go to SF Giant games all the time. She'd bring the newspaper and to sit outside Pac Bell. It's like, yeah, it's America's pastime.
Yeah.
But I do in my new hour. I do talk about how boring baseball is. But the other thing I got going on is golf.
Yeah, we were talking about that the first time I had you on. How fucking you were saying how it should be 12 holes.
Oh, okay. I won't get it. You've heard
No.
But I'm doing it on stage. I'm not even saying it on stage. I'm saying something else about like.
Yeah. By the way, check it out. Killing in Chicago.
Killing in Chicago.
Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Great work, dude. Loved it.
Thank you. We're having fun. You're one of my favorite fucking people.
Oh, thanks, man. You're one of my favorites. I hit it off with Joe right away. We did a Dan O'Carter show. I think it's when I first met you down. Yeah, we did Ponchos. I think we were met at Ponchos. Somewhere down there. But
part of the Dano Carter empire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what'd you call us? His sycophants earlier, or sucking off? What do you call us? His whores or something? He has like a stable of comics that he always has come down there to do shows.
Oh, I say his pipe hitters.
Pipe hitters, yeah.
Because he's a bunch of guys, or a bunch of guys, ladies, whatever. I don't really know. But the normal, like me, you, Dave,
regulars,
Dave Williamson, Jeff, Dave Williamson, Francisco,
Dustin,
Francisco Ibarra, or Francisco Ramos, Dustin Ibarra. Yeah, just the normal. There's a couple other ones that we always just go and
regulars
and kill it.
But we went across the street and just stand there, Joe standing there, and I knew who Joe was, but I hadn't met him yet. I was like, "Hey man, you want a whiskey?" He's like, "Fuck yeah, I want a whiskey." and that was it. Fast friends right after that.
Easiest way to my heart.
Because I think that was shortly after the story that Bill told on his podcast about you getting locked out of your room naked.
Oh yeah, that's been told a bunch. Yeah.
That was a great one.
Thank you. You know, I'm always It's so funny because I told him like for the next day, and he's like, "You were just holding on to that." I go, I don't know, man. It wasn't. He's always like, Bartnick, that wasn't even like that big of a deal.
Yeah, he didn't even make it on his radar. Well, it was funny because he did. He's like, I'm not going to mention him by name, and I'm like, it's got to be Joe.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks later, I saw Joe. I was like, Joe, is that you? He's like, oh yeah, that was me.
Every all of his fucked up stories are like. He's always people come up to me like, hey, did you do that? Like, oh wait, like yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, Bill said it on his podcast, but he didn't say your name. But
yeah, they know. I'm not gonna name names, but every story.
Yeah. Either me or Dean, but Dean's is something like really unique and cool.
Oh well, he's
unique and cool and brilliant.
Yeah,
not like
he found like a craftsman leather wallet maker. Like that's a Dean story. You know? And I love Dean. Dean's a buddy too.
Oh yeah,
but he's like always into like something really cool and like bespoke craftsman. It's like, oh, someone was drunk and acting a fool. I'm like, that's gonna be Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like someone unearthed like the Jimi Hendrix archives.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Dean. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's like I know. incriminate myself.
So you've been on the road a lot, man. What you got coming up next? Dude? Where you gonna be? You seen good lift from the special being out? You having a good time with it?
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
I saw your Instagram's blowing up, man. Posting all those clips. I like it.
I'm trying to. Yeah, all things comedy. I did the summer of Bartnick, ATC and Burr.
Nice.
So then I've done a second run through, and now I'm on like the third kind of run with some of the hits, and then I'm going to start cracking new ones online. I'm seeing better numbers, and it's interesting. Sometimes it's like it's half full, and you're like, oh well, I'm glad these people came, and then sometimes it's fucking packed.
Yeah.
So you never know.
But I mean, you've been in this business like fucking almost 25 years, something like that.
20. It turned to 28.
Wow, good for you. But that's the thing. You obviously have some success. You've been here 28 years, but to like get your own following, it must be kind of nice.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'll use the word blessing. It's just a blessing. I mean, I think a lot. Here's the thing, Randy. A lot of people know who I am in the comedy community. A lot of people know him. Getting those people to buy tickets.
Yes,
that is.
But that's why you need the fucking social media thing, man. It's its own animal.
Right.
Now.
I'm just saying that is like. Oh, Bartnick, we love him. Oh, when you coming to town? I was there last week. Oh, fuck. Next time I'll.
Yeah.
I
get that all day. Yeah, where are you touring? I tell you every fucking week, man. Where Jeff is, I am.
Right.
Fucking look at his. So I'm gonna have one of the guys here make me a website and just put just take all his dates off his fucking website, put them on mine. That's where you see me on the road next.
Yeah, but that's the next phase, if you will.
Yeah. What's your this will be a fun question. What's your least favorite town to visit? Like where you're like, oh fuck, this is no fun. Do you play like Salt Lake City, some town where it's dry? You ever play like a footloose town? You're in fucking like some outside of Oklahoma somewhere.
I there was Evansville, Indiana. Was
Evansville, Indiana? Not even
was the whole.
Illinois,
there used to be a Funny Bone there, and the hotel I stayed in had rats. Oof. Well, they called them prairie dogs and cockroaches.
They call them prairie dogs?
Yeah. So you know what I did? I go, there's a rat right there. She goes, oh, we call them prairie dogs. Like, I call them rats. The only time
that's one way to say, oh, there's no rats in here, just prairie dogs.
That's the only time I ever said the C word on stage, but I said it like 1,000 times. I just snapped because I had way too much. I was in town the first time they ever got a Starbucks.
Okay.
And
in Evansville, Indiana.
Yeah, and I came down. It's like 20 years ago, and I went down and I got I went to the event and I got like the biggest coffee drink, and I'm not good on caffeine.
Oh, really?
Like that much caffeine.
Okay.
And I just cornholioed.
It's just your daughter's Adderall for you.
Yeah. Yeah. But the funny thing was I was so like getting out of town so fast that a church met inside the rec center of the hotel. Mm-hmm. So remember how back in the day where you could have a screen and if you touched the computer, it would turn on?
Yeah.
So I hated that place so much, I set it up so if you bumped the computer, it showed a picture of a chick sucking a horse. So whoever at 7 a.m. Sunday morning was moving that computer saw a chick blowing a horse.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was just in...
Funny you mentioned that.
I got a horse fucking story for you. I was just in Enumclaw, Washington. And Enumclaw is famous for a guy named Mr. Hands. You heard about this guy?
Mr. Hands?
Yes. Mr. Hands. There's a documentary out there called Zoo. And there's a guy who goes by the name of Mr. Hands who fell in love with a horse, with an actual horse.
You know the David Tell joke about that, right?
Oh, hang on a second. Well, before you tell me the joke. So the real story is this guy, Mr. Hands, filmed himself making love to the horse. And by making love, he wasn't fucking the horse. The horse was fucking him. Whoa. So he climbed under this horse. The horse fucked him so hard it killed him. And that's what Enumclaw's famous for. So I just played a town famous because a guy got himself fucked to death by a horse.
Is there a statue?
Of him or the horse?
Yeah. Both. That's what they have in their town squares.
Seattle Slough.
Yeah. It's funny because like no one mentioned, you're not supposed to mention it, but of course the first thing you say on stage, hey, yeah, I heard about you guys.
Where is that?
Enumclaw, Washington.
Enumclaw. You think they'd change the name?
Yeah, right. Fucking, everyone from that town would move.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to be associated with this.
Or at least the horses would move.
I don't know. Well, that's what I'm saying. We know the guy died. I was like, what, they bury him next to the horse? It's like just a small grave and a giant grave.
The horse is walking around all happy.
Yeah. I wonder who owns the horse now, if it's still alive. Like,
Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue. What do you do with that horse? It's like a show pony. You take him. Hey guys, this is the horse that fucked the guy to death.
Oh, because everyone saw the video. Yeah, the horse is trying to destroy the video. He's like stepping on the video.
The horse is a very popular OnlyFans account. All of a sudden.
Yeah, the horse has more Facebook friends than I do.
Bunch of size queens following him.
I was gonna say, who knew it was the horse, but it's on videotape.
Oh, David tells joke. You say?
Yeah, because it's the king, and I bow. I bow the king.
Everybody does. Yeah.
This may be the greatest joke. This is of all the Italians. This is one of the 5 greatest jokes ever. Yeah. He's like, if you're gonna have sex with an animal, make it be a horse, because when you're done, at least you have a ride home.
Fun fact: Mr. Hands was a Boeing engineer. Maybe.
Oh my God!
With all of these planes.
I know. That's why these planes are falling out of the sky as soon as he fucking horses.
Yeah, Jesus.
You hear about this shit? This Boeing shit?
You're blowing my mind. I didn't know they're all fucking animals up there.
Well, we know they're not working on planes.
Allegedly.
Oh.
It's defamation. No. So apparently. There's been a bunch of news lately about the fucking door flying off mid-flight. One of their planes lost a tire and it like killed someone on the ground, like as it was taking off.
The whistleblower.
Yeah. So what happened is
suicide.
Yeah. So this guy who's been with the company 30 years, he was like a quality control specialist. He's like an executive in quality control, and he ended up like going to the government and saying, "Hey, I see him cutting some corners here." So they deposed him, and he was supposed to appear before Congress. They fucking found him 2 days ago. Supposedly shot himself in his car.
Twice in the back of the head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Twice. He got Clinton too.
Yeah, Putin style.
He committed suicide. He shot himself twice in the back of the head.
How greedy are those fuckers?
I know.
They're already making like $1 trillion off the government, so they have to squeeze out like old screws.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they did. They didn't put latches on this fucking door panel and it flew off because they literally used like gum or something. Some Roadrunner fucking booby trap shit.
Acme.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, like to get an extra nickel out of it, it's like I saw a tweet. Someone's like, right now Boeing's in a board meeting deciding whether or not they're gonna accept another 100 people dying or they're actually gonna fix something. Like there's no board meeting. It was one fucking email from the CEO. Let them die. We'll pay the fucking fee. We'll pay whatever stupid $10 million penalty for the dead bodies, and we'll make another $1 billion in the fucking sale of a plane. Like
spoken like a real CEO.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was one fucking text message. Fuck them, let them die.
Right.
We're gonna make money. It's gonna be the billions they make every quarter. It pales into comparison to the $20 million settlement they're gonna pay to the families. They don't give a shit about that.
Yeah? No, well, and So let's just say I don't even know if my wife died, I'm gonna next flight I'm gonna book her on a Boeing plane. No, just kidding. Love the buns. No, seriously. So like, I'm just trying to think of somebody who my wife dies. So do I sue like then United and then they sue Boeing?
You sue United. You would sue United and the manufacturer, and then they sort out. And then basically. Their lawyers, most cases where you sue somebody like that end up in a settlement.
Right.
So
class action suit.
Rarely goes to trial. They want to settle. And that's the way settlements work. They do the math and figure out, okay, it's cheaper for us to settle than to actually go to trial or even worse, stop making that model of airplane. Right? Because they're not going to recall 200,000 fucking Boeing 737s. They're not doing that. No. So it's cheaper to pay the settlement.
Well, that's like where we live in the mountains of Sierra Madre. We live like the street above us. We live like 4 streets from the mountains.
Yeah, I like it up there. By the way, I hike up by your way. I like it.
Like three legitimate like streets.
Yeah,
the street 3 streets away or 2 streets away, they're done.
Yeah.
There's a real fire. They're done. The street right above us is the voluntarily. You can leave if you want to. We're not telling you to leave.
Yeah.
But it might be a good idea.
Yeah.
And because we're 1 street off of Main Street, we're always going to be safe.
Yeah.
Because like I say, there's an equation to when they're like, hey,
yes,
we'll pay every dead body and everyone's insurance fee, or we send in the Marines from San Diego. in the plains.
Yeah.
And we're on the line of like, no, when it gets to here, we're stopping the fire.
Yeah, we're not going to burn down Main Street. There's money here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The banks are on this block. We're not burning this fucker down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always an equation.
It is. I mean, like they do that with I was talking about that with remember the fucking, was it 10, 12 years ago now, the oil spill in the Gulf? It was just where BP just fucking, the Deepwater Horizon blew up. And just fucking trillions of gallons of oil were pumping in there. It took a few years and BP settled for like 20 billion. And I'm like, that's not enough. It was like they have genius mathematicians over there. Like, we did $200 billion worth of damage. Take the 20. Like it's the reason it's settlement. They're making out on that.
Right. And then where does that money go? That just goes to what, the Bush family? Like who's collecting? Where's that money going to?
Yeah, no one ever follows up on that. It's a good point. Yeah, like, they paid a $20 billion fine. To who? My taxes didn't go down because BP put a bunch of fucking oil in the ocean.
They didn't lower the toll on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, BP paid $30 billion. Well, everyone gets
down a buck off. No.
It's a buck off of every toll booth in the country.
It goes to the Bushes and Clintons. It goes to build the next wing of their house.
Bush is the most. They're so fucked up, man.
I know. Who do you think is more corrupt, the Bush family or the Clinton family?
Grandpa, like fucking evil Bushes, evil, like not like one skinny Bush.
Yeah.
Not idiot, not retard Bush. Skinny
smart,
Bush.
CIA director Bush, that guy.
Yeah. His dad like invented the CIA.
Oh yeah.
That's all you need to know.
He made it fucking foreign hit squads.
Yeah. Well, they say, and now I'm kind of not to, and I he knows I love him, but not to be all Sam Tripoli.
Oh yeah, I love Sam. Shout out Sam. I'm gonna have him on the podcast.
His
soon.
Special was incredible.
Great. We went down to Sam Tripoli.
Watch it.
Yeah, I was down there with you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, great.
Oh,
awesome.
Incredible. But I believe, because I don't want to speak out of turn, because Sam would know the truth.
Oh yeah.
I believe that Skinny Bush was in Dallas when he got shot.
Right. I think you're right.
Yeah, like he was setting that up. Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy that
Clinton is new money.
Yeah,
Clinton's new money kind.
They're like an NBA player on their first contract. They're not impressing me.
Bill Clinton's a good old boy. He's a good guy. He likes to.
His wife's a real venomous bitch.
He likes to fuck. He helped his country out a lot. He means well. And he's just
his wife is a scary one.
He's cutting corners and he's like whatever. He's getting shit done for us. He's like an Italian. He's getting shit done. Some eggs may crack.
Yeah,
he's getting shit done.
Yeah, he's got a few Gumars in the back. Whatever. Yeah,
he's getting shit done. Like in the Bush family is like Black Hand. Fucking old school medieval. Like they're like they control the world banks.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're running the New World Order.
Yeah, like they could be aliens kind of shit.
Yeah, shape-shifting lizards.
Yeah.
I got to have Sam on to talk about it. He'll know the truth behind this.
But I mean, it's such a different level of the Bushes are such a different level of
which is crazy because how did Bush Jr. become such a buffoon? I mean, like such a long line of like distinguished, very smart, very capable.
There's a Fredo in every family.
Yeah.
There's some sports teams run by Fredos in this country.
Oh my, a lot of sports teams run by fucking Fredo.
Yeah, like their dad has the money, but not them. Well, we like football. Oh.
You ever see fucking Al Davis's kid? You ever see a picture of him?
Yeah.
You see his haircut? Pull that up, Mike. Pull up a picture of Al Davis's son.
Is there a monitor?
Hey, let's spin it around.
Oh.
He looks like he looks like Shemp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He looks terrible. Look at him. Look at that haircut.
Yeah.
On the right. What a fucking putz.
He looks like Sergeant Slaughter in the hat. Yeah. It was a horrible thing to find out. Slaughter was never a Marine.
Really?
He was never on Paris Island. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the WWE, but lie to me a little. Give me a little truth in there. Well, I mean, Jake the Snake was real. Yeah. That snake bit him a few times. He had like 3 different snakes. That fucking thing bit him a few times.
Yeah, and I just, as someone who I just really, 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 really protect and love the people that have served this nation.
Yeah.
I don't think you should fake that you did.
No, I agree with that.
That
even in wrestling?
Yeah.
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 There's enough veterans that could have found a veteran that could have played that role.
Or be a different character, motherfucker. It's Halloween. You can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a fucking dress-up show.
Yeah. It's
Pick
all
another fucking character.
It's all fake.
I know. That is true. I feel like I'm surprised you didn't serve. You seem like the kind of guy that would.
Oh, well, now I'm doing some stuff in my. I can get up. I can do the push-ups. I just can't get up in the morning. Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah,
it's just a
the
lot.
The discipline factor. Yeah.
I mean, I actually, especially in those days, I was pretty good at getting yelled at. Like I could get yelled at. Like that wasn't.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, that would never bother me.
I don't know. Just what I just it was not the most unrealistic thing for me to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't like totally against it. I just didn't do it.
Yeah, I almost did do it. I almost did do it after 9/11. I mean, I was my first. I just started college, and after 9/11, I was like, "Fuck, maybe I should."
Yeah, yeah. Like
but I looked into it. I was like, "Oh, if I'm gonna go, I want to be an officer, right?" But you do. I think and I almost applied to West Point, and it's I think for 4 years you have to do like a 6-year commitment. I'm like, fuck, 6. I always had commitment issues. Like 6 years.
Yeah.
I was like, I could do 4 for 4, but 4 for 6. That seems a little. It seems a little unbalanced.
Yeah, no, that's it. But it's like, but it's just such a, like, the people that do that, I give them the highest credit and the highest honor. And that's why to have
getting shot at so I can sit here and have a fucking smoothie. Like, it's a really honorable thing to do.
And
I wouldn't even let you get over in traffic. Like I wouldn't I'm not doing that for my fellow American.
Yeah, and like and especially, I mean, like, since Hitler, like there really hasn't been a reason for us to go do anything. But yet these fine young men and women, because
sticking their nose out for other people's problems.
Yeah, for George Bush's fucking problems.
To pad his pockets a little more.
Exactly. So to think that some cartoon character fucking faked to be one of them.
Like, when they could just made a whole other character.
Yeah, like makes me a little sick. Yeah, it really does. It really does. It's kind of like, go fuck yourself, dude.
I hear on that. Have you done a USO tour?
Yes, but not like to anywhere where it was like anything.
Oh, really?
Where it was like I was in danger.
I want to do. I really want because I asked. I talked to Mark Saratella about that from time to time, and I know Fonto does some down in Camp Pendleton. But I want to do one. But I want to go like we got to put the flak jacket and the helmet on. I want to go like. To the forward operating base and do it. I want to do the real.
That's what I mean. Like I haven't done any where it's like, oh, this is dangerous. I've done them like, hey, they're all back from the danger.
Yeah, down in San Diego doing a show for them.
Yeah.
But no, but I want to go up like to the front because like that's as close as I'll ever be to serving.
Right.
Like and like to make them laugh. With a fucking bulletproof helmet and flak jacket on would be, I feel like the closest I'm ever going to do to fucking doing my part for this country.
Yeah. No, there's and a lot of the veterans I've performed for are great people.
Oh yeah.
And then without getting all deep and dark and sad, another point I always try because I do a lot of things for hockey. The veterans who play hockey, the wounded warriors that have hockey teams and stuff. Nice. I do, knock on wood, hope they keep going strong, but. The way this country treats the veterans,
it's fucking disgrace.
It's a fucking disgrace.
It really
is. That's all.
all.
I can get all emotional and be upset about it. It's a fucking disgrace.
No, I agree with you on
It's
that.
an absolute fucking disgrace.
I
and
agree.
the fact we're letting these fucking mud people from around the world cross our borders, and we can't give fucking our guys who fucking
free healthcare.
Help you fucking George Bush, you fucking cunt.
I know. That's one thing. It's like, there's no free. I was like, veterans should have immediate free health. I don't understand how they
free healthcare. They have a free place to stay.
Yeah, they should be want for nothing.
They should have a ping pong table in their condos. What they should fucking have.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that they get treated like, oh, you got to wait in line to get to the Veterans Administration Hospital. It's like what? Like, there should be fucking front of the line everything. Like. You get bullets whizzing by your head. You move to the front.
Yeah, you shouldn't be homeless.
Yeah. Oh,
what it
is.
That's
the sad part. How many become homeless?
Yeah, that's
fucking travesty.
It's a fucking. It is. That's all. I don't want to. This is a fun podcast. But it does get me emotional because I just think it's like.
Do you come from a military family?
No. Well, I mean, all my uncles and stuff have served, and other cousins of mine. But my dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't like an army brat or anything.
No.
Yeah,
but they all did the timing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My grandfather, he fucking had polio, and he was like, he had like no nerve endings from his knees down. He could still walk, but he got drafted, didn't say shit, and went over to Korea. Fucking, like, no one complained. It wasn't like oh, hey, don't I get a deferment? It's like, no, letter came in the mail. I gotta go, and they didn't ask any fucking questions. Can you shoot a gun? He's like, yep.
Well,
I'm going over.
His knees were too weak to get to Montreal.
Joe. He made it to Montreal.
No, yeah, I do. It's it's an honor. I didn't do it, but it really. All right, well, let's make it. Do
you think? Here's a good question. Speaking of the military, do you think you can pass basic training now? Just the physical part.
Well, no, not with my back surgery, my hernia surgery.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot all the fucking. You're like a pin.
Pre hernia, like 5 years ago. Yes, yes, because I was
because you're a strong fucking.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was doing karate like 4 times a week. I could do 500 push-ups, 500 squats every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I could, but the hernia, not even the back surgery, I'm pretty good with. But I don't do anything. I haven't done anything stupid in almost 2 years now because of my back.
Wow, good.
But right after my hernia surgery, which was the worst of my 7 physical surgeries.
Wow, 7 surgeries.
That's when I gave up hockey and basketball.
Were you like an athlete growing up?
I can't say I was like good.
Well, what's all the injuries from? Just bar fights and shit?
No, I mean,
like fucking Dalton over here.
Yeah, like some sports and some stupid Italian shit, and just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, okay.
just being dumb.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the origins, or the first couple, and then the origins were all like sports.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of bar fights, you see they're remaking Roadhouse? Can you believe this bullshit?
You want to know something? Absolutely, it'll blow your mind.
What's that?
I've never seen Roadhouse.
Oh, Joe, there's a 90-minute classic for you.
I've only heard good things. It's just so funny. Like when it came out, I was a bouncer.
Oh, you're like,
and it was just like, I know the story. And then literally, like, I always say, if I don't see a movie at the theater, I'm never going to see it. Now that is one I would be down for if I'm at someone's house or something. Hey, what's up? I'm like, yeah, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I like Patrick Swayze. He's not like Tom Hanks, where I'm like, oh, fuck yourself. Fucking fake astronaut. He thinks he's a senator. He thinks he's an astronaut. It's like, you're a fucking
actor.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in love. She's your second wife.
Yeah.
Give you a fucking break.
You know what's funny about that? You was like, yeah, well, when Roadhouse came out, I was a bouncer. I haven't watched the show Billions, because that came out while I was an investment banker. I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like, I was like, why am I going to watch work after work?
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch a show about my job. Fuck this. Like,
well, like, people always loved Oz.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to watch a show. I spend my whole life trying not to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, ever been there when they shut the door and you get out? You never want to go back. I don't want to watch a movie about it. I don't want to watch anything about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you don't see a lot of ex-convicts like romanticizing fucking Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. that was pretty cool.
I love that movie.
That's
a
good.
But I'm saying ex-cons don't speak about it like, oh, that was a great movie.
Oh yeah, no, well, I don't. Yeah.
You know a lot I'm sure you know plenty of ex-cons.
Yes, we don't sit around and talk about the movies.
Yeah.
We talk like, oh, the Jets didn't cover.
Yeah.
Fuck. The only, honest to God, other than like Goodfellas, right? And maybe
so
right,
good.
And Shawshank Redemption, right? Other than like the 5 or 6 real movies, other than comics, do you ever talk about movies with like with regular people? I never do. Because only like Hollywood fucking
phonies about here. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, did you see this? Like, no, I didn't see that fucking movie. I was watching a fucking hockey game. You think I was fucking doing?
I have, yeah, dude.
Who the fuck watches movies?
And all the movies I know are movies like before 2005. Because my grandfather was a movie buff, and he was the one who put me on to these. He was the one who showed me fucking Goodfellas and The Godfather.
Right.
So I talk about it with him. But then you talk to these kids like, oh, it's like, have you seen this movie? And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, no, the one with Channing Tatum. I'm like, no, I saw the fucking original from the 1970s, not this bullshit that they remade. Like,
I've never seen one Channing Tatum movie.
Yeah, why would you?
I don't even know who. I don't. If he walked in here, I wouldn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, why would
the only famous Hollywood person I know right now is the chick with the tits on the fucking Rolling Stones video.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah,
You know Sydney
but
Sweeney?
she's famous for all these movies. I just know, but she's like, they're like, I'm like, told my buddy, like, they got the hottest chick in this Rolling Stones video. You got to see it. He's like, oh yeah, that's Sydney Sweeney. But I'm like, who the fuck
Oh,
is
is
she?
that young blonde chick?
Yeah, she's in the new. Now it's like a year old, but the Stones
New to me. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway. We're dudes. We drink. We whiskey, steaks, sports. Oh, did you see that new movie we had Sydney Sweeney?
Have you seen Barbie?
No.
No.
Why would I?
Yeah, I remember when Black Panther came out. People was giving me shit. You didn't see that? I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking infant, a child. I'm not watching comic book movies.
Yeah, I never saw Black Panther.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that shit. They ask you like, oh, it's racist. I'm like, what? Because I didn't go to the movie theater for this fucking show. I didn't want to.
I didn't see White Superman either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I didn't see Spider-Man or Thor.
I saw like three. Here's all the ones I've seen.
My Batman is still Michael Keaton. That's how fucking old I am.
No.
Oh, you going back to Dick?
No, it's Adam West.
Adam West. Yeah,
that's fucking Batman.
I remember that.
The rest of the guys are actors. The other guy's Batman.
He was also the fucking faggiest Batman there ever was. He had the tight little trust, and Robin was definitely sweet.
Oh yeah,
Robin was definitely the power bottom.
Batman, that Batman rules. But Michael Keaton's a Pittsburgh guy. Love Pittsburgh guys.
Yeah, comic too. He started as a comedian.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's great. But since like whatever, since we've been adults, we were kids when that one. Since we've been adults, here's the superhero movies I have seen. I saw the first three Batman. Batman Begins.
Christian Bale. Yeah.
Christian Bale's three Batman. I saw all three Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I saw the first Iron Man, and I fell asleep in it. I thought it was fucking boring. And those are all the ones I've seen. And my favorite of those are Batman Begins. And I know the Joker one's the famous one, but that one went too long.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how then all of a sudden Two-Face came out. It's like, no, I was done. He was done. I didn't see another villain.
Yeah.
And so Batman Begins was my favorite. And then my favorite one was Spider-Man 2. Because I thought Spider-Man 1 was kick-ass.
Yeah.
But I thought Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock was fucking badass.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
Who played Dr. Octopus in that? That was, what's his name? William Dafoe?
No.
I'm thinking of the other guy. I'm thinking of the earlier one. Who the fuck was that?
He was a Latino man.
Oh.
Older.
Alfred Molina.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but I a great superhero movie, in my opinion, was oh my God, now I'm forgetting. What's the one where the guy walks around naked the whole time? It's a science fiction classic, but it's like, I thought they were superheroes. It's real famous.
It's the Invisible Man.
I'll probably
Naked.
Hollow Man?
No, there's like six of them. Comic book people don't like it because they said it wasn't true to the comic book.
Spawn.
No.
Watchmen?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that movie?
I saw the first one.
Yeah, the guy walks around naked the whole time. But that was badass because the guy that played Kelly Leak, remember, he's like, "You're stuck here with me."
Yeah.
That was badass. I like that movie.
Yeah.
I take that back. The other movie I saw that was terrible movie was I saw Shazam with my kid.
Oh my God.
That movie was fucking terrible.
I mean, I feel like Shaq had an alimony payment he needed to make when he made that fucking thing.
Oh no, Shazam!
Oh, the new one.
No, now there's like Shazam 2.
Okay.
But the Shazam from the comic book.
Oh,
when we were kids,
yeah.
There's and that's funny because that guy looks like Bill Crawford, the Pittsburgh comedian.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm like, he's just fucking Bill Crawford. But I feel bad for him because that movie's terrible.
I know. Well, again, some movies too long. I watched Oppenheimer. I tried to watch Oppenheimer recently. Fucking fell asleep in 10 minutes.
Happy ending.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when we get to the part where we fucking bomb these fuckers and win a war? Like, it's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours before you get to the winning part. I fell asleep 10 minutes in.
It didn't.
Fell asleep.
It didn't.
Probably didn't help that I had 40 milligrams of edibles before I started.
Right.
The fucking thing.
They say it's really good though. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I'll literally never see it, so it doesn't matter.
That's the point. Like, oh, this one's critically acclaimed. I'm like, yeah, but then I saw some movies that were not critically acclaimed that I liked that they got like.
You ever talk to movie critics? They're like the lamest people ever.
Oh my God, fucking.
Like just in real life, like they're terrible.
Well,
people.
they're not. Think about it. They can't do anything, so they just criticize other people's achievements. I mean, that's really what it's about. Like, I couldn't make a movie, so I'm going to shit on you making a movie. It's like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, you know,
critics of any kind.
Yeah. Well, it's also weird that like, what makes people listen to them? Like, it'd be one thing if like Marty Scorsese is like critiquing a movie. It's like, all right, well, he's a good movie maker.
Right.
But fucking Roger Ebert or the other fucking guy, I don't know which one died.
Siskel.
Yeah, I don't know which one died of face cancer, but I'm glad because he stopped talking.
Oh my God. That's a bridge too far. That guy lost his face. Cancer, he just like fucking face. Like he didn't have a neck. He was like no neck Joe.
I might have been a little harsh on that one. But I mean, like, that guy fucking did it. Like, what makes him an expert on critiquing movies if he's never made a fucking movie?
But even he was like Siskel and Ebert. Like Siskel sat like in the front row of Chicago Bulls games. Like Ebert was a fat guy who liked to eat, bang black chicks. Like they were like dudes.
Yeah.
Not like 130-pound like
the TikTok reviewers.
Yeah, or like my pronouns.
Yeah,
are
exactly.
He and him and whatever. It's like it's give me a fucking break.
Yeah, every asshole with an Instagram account is now a critic on a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like. Think about it, like even CNN and Fox News will pull in well, we're talking General so and so about the war, like retired General so and so about the war. Like, all right, it makes sense. We're talking this the former ambassador to Ireland. We're talking about fucking this NATO deal. I'm like, all right, I think I know something.
Or they have Jeff Van Gundy talking basketball.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Hey, let's bring in Steve from the YMCA.
Yeah, exactly.
He put up a double on Thursday.
Yeah, here's a fucking 19-year-old with a TikTok account in Florida. What do you think about this movie?
Yeah.
Like, well, it should be banned. Because it didn't have, all genders represented. I'm like, well, fuck this guy. Like,
oh my God! Like I was helping punch up this movie the other week, a couple weeks ago, and of course, like the middle-aged white chick was like, "I didn't see why he had to do that." Like, well, you don't see anything, do you?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I'm just like this.
Well,
I'm just in the Zoom meeting. Like this broad's gonna ruin this movie.
Well,
right now.
Nick DiPaolo said that a while back. Jeff was telling me a story this weekend about Nick DiPaolo because we were talking about. I saw him crush one time at at Laugh Boss when I was first starting.
Everywhere,
as Nick DiPaolo does. And he's obviously gone a little, nutty with the right wing stuff. People get fucking angry. But he was like, years ago I was talking to him. He's like, and this is back when Comedy Central was run by all women.
Right.
Like 6 women ran the fucking thing for like a decade.
Yeah.
He's like, I sent a copy of my special over to fucking Comedy Central. And of course Pam didn't like it because I didn't write it for Pam. I wrote it for all the dudes out there that were gonna like this shit. Right. Like I was like, of course Pam at Comedy Central doesn't want to see my special. It's like, but then you change your receipt. Like before it was all men, and there was no chicks getting specials. Now it's all women, and no dudes are getting specials. So it's just changing regimes to people who want to filter through what they fucking want.
Right.
And they don't want me right now. It's like, so why would I bother sending it to them?
Right.
That whole thing.
Well, it's like I figured out a long time ago in this business that no matter what, if there's a group of 3 people, there's going to be some middle-aged stuck-up woman in the middle.
It's always a woman.
Yeah,
always a woman.
It's always some white
woman. Yeah, a white middle-aged, well-educated woman who has a fucking problem.
Who doesn't have any sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't mean, this is not true. It doesn't have to be true. It has to be funny, you fucking asshole.
Exactly. Well, a lot of times people that make these decisions, they don't know what goes past Los Feliz, and it's between Los Feliz and
Silver Lake
and the Hudson River.
Yeah.
Like they have no idea. They have no exactly the real world.
Yeah. The fucking the 2,000 other counties in this country that aren't New York or LA County.
That being said, though, like I don't. I never worry about it. I always have things are good.
That's the thing.
Things are good.
But now
there's more power to the people. There's more power to guys like us.
You're gonna find your fucking fans on social media. They're gonna listen to this, fucking enjoy it, want to come out. That's what it's about.
It's like the gatekeepers are. Who cares?
Yeah, they're dead to me now.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into a little news before we get out of here. I saw this one and I thought of you immediately, Joe, because this is right up your alley. This is fucking ridiculous. 8% of Americans say they could beat a lion in a fist fight.
Oh, God.
34 different animals along with humans were pitted against each other in various matchups in a survey of 1,200 adults. According to the survey, 8% of men and 7% of women believe they could beat a lion in a fist fight. When facing an elephant or gorilla, those percentages rise to 9 and 8% respectively. Interestingly, 71% of men surveyed claim they could stick a goose. They could kill a goose easily with their hands. 71%. I think 100% people can kill a goose with their hands. But
I don't even think. I think 80% of all men and 50% of all women can kill a goose.
Yeah.
I think 0% of all men and all women. I don't care how big of a dyke you are, ladies. You're not killing a fucking lion.
But 8% is so high, dude. I feel like a 15-pound house cat. If they really wanted to get you, they can kill like most fucking.
Gino Bisconte's 3-pound fucking bitch from Hellcat can take down like 90% of this population.
Yeah,
I had to beat it almost to death with a broom. Yeah, with no weapons, you're not killing a cat.
No,
I mean, you're not killing a lion. You're not. No,
a lion. It's a 400-pound cat.
Like The Rock
couldn't fucking kill a lion. Yeah,
no.
That's it. I feel like shit. Like even
their claws. Like The Rock will not kill a.
No.
Yeah.
No. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I actually asked Jeff one time. I'm not even on a podcast. We're bullshitting. I was like, do you think you can, beat up a chimp? He goes, oh yeah. I'm like, have you ever seen a chimp? Like, let me show you a photo of a hairless chimp. They're jacked. They're like, and they've measured the strength of a chimpanzee. It's like 6 times that of it.
They'll rip your arms off.
They will fucking tear you apart.
You don't even want to deal with them. They will torture you. They'll take off your arms, then they'll feed it to you. When you're still alive, they'll fucking rip off your dick and shove it down your throat. Yeah, no, I'm a fucking...
Yeah, wild animals are fucking wild animals for a reason. Like, they have to survive by killing things with their face. Like, I can't go out in the woods and kill a deer with my face like a lion can. It's a dangerous animal.
Well, where we live. I mean, there's like,
there's fucking mountain lions.
Mountain lion. I'm a fucking bear. And I can take on like a couple coyotes.
Yeah, I can do 2 coyotes.
Just like fend for myself and get away.
Yeah, but 4 or 5 of them, they're coming at you in different angles.
That's why I got big Rose.
A big 130-pound fucking German Shepherd.
No one wants any. We have a big lot and it used to be kind of a thoroughfare for coyotes. It'd be like a nice little runway.
Yeah.
And my wife didn't like that, and my 15-pound dog didn't like that, or 15. Excuse me, she's like 30. When her first operation, I'm like, how can we avoid this next time? And I'm like, the lady's like, well, she can lose a little bit of weight. I'm like, she's like 32. I'm like, I don't know, she's like 16 pounds. She's like, or I said, whatever I said. I gave she goes, those are, whatever I said, it was the metric, I was the American version.
Oh.
The metric version, or whatever.
Yeah, those are kilos.
Yeah.
So multiply that by 2.2, buddy. That's what she really weighs.
Yeah, she weighs 34 pounds. Yeah, I go, she weighs like 16 pounds. And she goes, those are
kilos.
Yeah, she goes, those are kilograms. She weighs 34 pounds. Anyway, ever since we got Big Rose,
the coyotes out of the yard.
And no one wants any part of Big Rose.
But Jeff made a good point when I asked him about the chimp thing. He's like, well, does the chimp know we're gonna fight? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you put me in an octagon, the chimp's just sitting there scratching its head, and I walk up and punch it in the face when I know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, you sucker punch a chimp, but I think a chimp has a good jaw, dude. I think the chimp could take the fucking punch from you.
Just like wild, is a bad term.
Yeah,
like I don't want some wild squirrel attacking me. Like I'll kill it, but I don't want to be bit 30 times and get raped. Yeah, have my eyes scratched out.
That's the thing. People think like, oh, I could take that. No, you can't.
Yeah.
You're delusional.
They're not
delusional.
They're not some domesticated schnauzer.
Yeah, exactly.
That you get the kick in the face who isn't looking. Oh, if I sucker punched.
It's gonna wake up and fucking ruin your universe, dude.
Yeah.
Wild animals known for being snuck up on all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, wild animals are pretty good about not being snuck the fuck up on.
Yeah. I bet you can count on your dick how many animals in a zoo you could beat up one-on-one.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like none.
Dude,
none.
None. I couldn't. Zebras are apparently lethal animals. Like they're
the size of a horse.
But they've never been domesticated. Well, why don't you ride a zebra? Because they won't domesticate. They fucking beat people. They eat people's faces, dude. Like they're not fucking around out there. Dude, I watched a video of a fucking mule attacking a guy, and it not just like kicking him. It like bit him and like fucking was shaking him around like a dog would. Like it had a grip on his face. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. You know how like well fed you have to make an animal to make it
docile.
To make it like, because like I was lucky enough I did a benefit. Long story short, they thought it was a big deal. I got to take a private tour of the zoo with my dog.
Nice, dude. That's sick.
I was sick. And they always take a couple of celebrities at a time. My guest celebrity pairing was Weird Al Yankovic.
Nice, dude.
So he was actually
big fan of Weird Al.
Yeah, and I didn't want to go like, hey, I'm a comic too. Just however he thought he probably, who's this fucking key grip from fucking Terminator 4? like
the key grip.
Yeah,
from
like,
Terminator
yeah,
4.
like. Well, it was nice. It was.
You do give him key grip vibes,
Yeah,
Joe. You're like a union guy.
Yeah,
He's the president of the fucking SAG-AFTRA over here.
It was nice of Stallone to give his driver a. So anyway, we got the backstage tour, and then we got to like feed the giraffes.
That's cool.
And my daughter got to feed a giraffe. I got to feed a giraffe, and then Weird Al put the food in his mouth, and the giraffe ate it out of his mouth.
Whoa. That's taking a
And
chance.
I wish I would.
Because they have like an 18-inch long black tongue. He could have been fucked in.
Well, that's what it was. He took his tongue out and was like taking it off of his mouth.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't want to take that
Photos
picture.
of Weird Al, yeah.
Yeah. I just,
Weird Al sexually abusing fucking giraffes. You like this one, Joe? Listen to this. A Japanese husband has gone 20 years without speaking to his wife since she upset him. I'm not going to try and say his name. Got into his fight with his wife 20 years ago, and he's gone 20 years without talking to her, and they still have 4 children and live together. Guy did 20 years over an argument with his wife. What's the longest you've ever like
not talk to my wife? I don't know. I need to know what's for dinner every day.
I didn't think to be ready, Ma. Come on, babe. I gotta come home.
How can I not talk to you? I gotta hear the menu.
But she stayed with him for 20 years. Still, they're still together. They have 4 kids. They're grown. The kids are grown now.
So, what? They didn't have sex and not talk. So obviously the kids were born before they.
Yeah. So the kids are all grown out of the house. So you think? Yeah, I guess.
And not talk. That's weird,
right? Yeah, I wonder if they still fuck though, like you said.
That's a Japanese tradition. I don't know.
Japanese tradition.
How'd you say get in the swing? Get
in the swing, bitch. You'll like this. This one's my personal favorite of the week. A Chicago cop sues the city for the right to change his race after the department allows officers to change genders. A Chicago police officer is suing the city of Chicago to change his race on his official records after the department said it would allow officers to freely change their gender to match their identity. Mohammed Yusuf, 43, said in a federal civil lawsuit filed last week that he's looking to change his race from Caucasian to Egyptian/African American. However, the Chicago Police Department is blocking his change. He said, according to the lawsuit, Yusuf alleges that he has been repeatedly overlooked for promotions due to his Caucasian race. These promotions, he claims, have been given to other minority applicants, with only very few Caucasian applicants being given a raise. So he wants to change his race from Caucasian to Middle Eastern. And
well, is he Egyptian or is he
his
just
name is
pretending,
Yusuf.
or does he have a tan?
His name is Mohammed Yusuf. He sounds pretty fucking Egyptian to me.
Yeah.
But I guess he checked Caucasian, thinking like, at the time he signed up, it'd be better to get the job as a white guy. He got the job. Now he's not getting promoted because he's not, a person of color.
Yeah.
So he wants to change back, and they're saying you can't change your race. And I think this is bullshit. I side with Rachel Dolezal on this one. If you can change your gender, which is kind of bullshit,
right,
then you should be able to change your race, which is also kind of bullshit.
They don't put a picture of the guy in the article for us to
of course
be
not.
racist.
Oh, yeah, have to be racist.
Well, he would just need a tan. I mean, well, this is not even scandalous. So, my cousin Nanciata Revita was hired by Sears in the 70s in their record department when Sears had a record department as a minority hire.
Nanciata as an Italian?
They thought she was black.
That's crazy.
Because she had such a tan. And then by Thanksgiving, they're like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Did they fire her for it?
No, they were just like. They even in those days.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like there's gonna be a lawsuit. But
Yeah.
they weren't gonna like. Well, we thought you were, but they thought she was black. It was funny back then. Now it would be like on CNN.
No, but it is one of those things that's like I always, if you can change your gender, then why shouldn't you be able to identify as a different race? Like I said, and I think either is a little preposterous, but if you have one, you can't deny the other. I identify as a woman, even though you're a man. It's like, well, then I identify as black, even though I'm white. What's the difference? Like, if we're going to allow one, we should allow the other, or allow neither.
I just don't understand how, like, someone named whatever he's named.
Mohammed Youssef.
He
sounds like the 15th bomber or the 19th bomber.
Who's like from Egypt, how they would think he's white unless he's like half Irish.
Well, no, he checked.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
no, but he checked Caucasian when he applied. So now they won't let him uncheck it. Like when he became a cop, whatever, 6-7 years ago.
What it really is they don't really care.
No.
He's just tired of working and he wants to sue and retire.
That's right. He wants
He
a
doesn't
settlement.
really care,
Yeah,
they don't really care.
Yeah,
but
he found a fucking ambulance chasing one. I said, "Hey, we filed this suit. They'll settle with you, give you early retirement. We'll get the fuck out of here." Like, yeah, we'll do that.
Exactly. Because it's like,
we're all looking for an angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to slip and fall on a movie set and sue the studio and never work again.
I actually got this in the mail like 2 days ago. Well, when I came back from the road, I saw in the mail. It was someone from Sacramento, a law firm. And usually I opened it up, and someone supposedly owes me $871.
Some fucking club owner somewhere.
It was something or other. It wasn't a club. And if I sign this thing, and they get it for me, they
get a third. Yeah,
only 10%.
Sign it.
I am. I just want to like run it by a lawyer buddy of mine, like just because like I want to make sure
I'm not going to sign away your rights or something. Yeah.
Well, no, it's 800. I mean,
no,
I don't want to sign like all of a sudden I owe them $800.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what
yeah. But it was some audio video, and I'm just like, I don't even know how that even happened. You know, like I have no idea how they owe me that money. I think it's almost like residuals on something.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All I get in the fucking mail is letters from the IRS.
Oh, I get
you owe us this, you owe us that.
All I get in the mail is wedding invitations from people I never heard of before. Like,
you know, that's actually a move.
It's like 6 cousins. I'm like, why don't you send me an invoice for $100? You know I'm not coming.
Yeah. You know, I read it. Oh, this is going back a ways, man. This is back when I was still a banker. I saw somebody, some guy thought, like some couple thought it was real clever. They got like the names to all, and the home addresses to all like the Fortune 500 CEOs, and they mailed them wedding invitations to their wedding. Even though they didn't know who the fuck they were, and like 60 of them sent gifts. Just because, like, oh, sorry, we can't, because they're billionaires. They don't care. Sorry, we can't make it. Here's a little something, and they just sent gifts. They got like gifts from 60 of the Fortune 500. Brilliant,
great idea,
brilliant idea.
Yeah.
So
but that's not illegal. I wouldn't.
No,
think.
It's not illegal at all.
Yeah.
Not illegal at all. I'm going to do that with make a Make-A-Wish. I got cancer. Can you guys send
that might be illegal, right?
Well, if you're lying.
Well, I hope you get cancer. You get the good kind, like the skin kind.
Yeah,
got a little mole.
Yeah, not the Roger Ebert lose your fucking face kind.
Yeah, the guy lost his face. I'm glad it happened to him. I didn't like what he said about Ghostbusters 2. You know, and I'm like, that's a little harsh.
I went for it on that one. Don't worry, this will be buried amongst the other 400 episodes. No one will hear it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll get some.
I'll get a hate email about that from Roger Ebert's family.
Yeah, his estate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna get a cease and desist letter
from
his
lawyers.
Well,
they're still doing that.
Allegedly. Apparently, got to say that so you don't get sued.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
Oh, it's defamation. You can't like make a proclamation. Allegedly, they did this. Allegedly, I said Roger Ebert's face fell off.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, Joe. I'm a comic drunk on a fucking.
Allegedly, I'm pretty sure it happened.
We have photo evidence.
David Copperfield. They go, woo! It's coming back. That was like the first disturbing Zoom video. Was at the movies with him like in the hospital with half a face. Remember that?
That was oh my god.
Then he couldn't speak and it'd have the computer voice.
Yeah, you know what? It was honestly.
I mean, he had a work ethic like nobody else.
I'm surprised he like went with like fuck it. I don't care if I don't have a face. I'm doing my job.
Yeah,
he went with
I'm not gonna let Roper control this empire.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, that replacement Roper for fucking Ebert or whatever.
Yeah.
Was it Roger? Which one was the one who had the face?
The first guy that died was
Siskel and Ebert, and then it was Siskel and Roper. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it was Roper and somebody, and then they're like, yeah,
you guys aren't either the two originals.
Yeah, it's like on PTI when both the guys were gone. It's like, this isn't PTI now. Just call it the other bullshit.
It's like Mike and the Mad Dog. It's like neither Mike nor the Mad Dog. This is bullshit. Fuck Michael K.
No. If it's not Wilbon and fucking Kornheiser, it's not PTI.
Exactly.
And then the first couple years they had Whitlock and they had Jay Marriott. They had men.
Yeah.
And now they have like the United Colors of Benetton. And it's just like these don't even
just
know
bringing people
sport.
you don't even know.
Yeah, like I was covering women's soccer yesterday, and when
I was covering cricket. Like nobody cares.
yeah, well, cricket at least is I don't know.
What sport?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a great sport for men. It's like a 4-day event, so you get away from your wife for 4 days to go. Watch
Wow, it's a bit longer than golf.
Yeah.
Cricket.
Yeah, cricket. It's literally.
It's like baseball with less athleticism.
Yeah, like a full cricket match goes for like 5 days.
Really?
So you will leave your wife for 5 days to go watch a cricket match. It's great. It's great.
Do they play the whole time, or is it like a break?
They play all day. They break at night, and they come back and play. So it's like the game continues. Like they have like a continuation.
Wow.
End at night, and then you start again the next day, and it goes on and on.
That just might be too much, man.
Oh no, it is. But listen, it's fucking India. They're trying to get away from their wives. You know?
It's India.
Yeah, that's where they play. India and the UK is where it's big.
The UK brought all their worthless sports around the world.
Yeah.
All these Indians, like why we?
Yeah. Well, then they're both not athletic cultures.
Yeah.
So, so like, let's play these sports that don't require any running or jumping.
Yeah. They turn on like American ESPN, like this is exciting. Yeah. Back to cricket.
How do you colonize the world and show your superiority with basketball? It ain't gonna work out.
Yeah. I mean, even India can't field a good soccer team. They got 2 billion people. Literally 1 out of 4.
Or rugby.
Yeah, 1 out of 4 people on this earth is Indian, and they can't field a good fucking team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
1 of every 4 people is Indian.
They're more population than China now. 2 billion people. China has like 1.5.
There's a lot of people on that
It's a
side
lot
of
of
the world.
fucking people, dude. It's a lot of people.
That's a lot.
That's why I don't go there. You land in India, you're immediately shoulder to shoulder with everyone in the country. It's just not. It doesn't look comfortable to me.
Yeah, I don't have a desire to go to. I've been to Asia. It's nice.
I mean, Thailand, that was fun, but that's also, I went to like the tourist district.
Yeah, no, I've been
Phuket, India, or some shit like.
Yeah,
or Phuket, Thailand.
Yeah, I some places I don't have any desire to go to, but that's one of them.
Yeah,
India.
Too much smog, too many people.
Dirty.
Yeah,
I heard it stinks.
Well, they don't have toilet paper over there. I learned that about China. They have squatty potties and no toilet paper. You have to pay for toilet paper if you want it.
That's everyone. It's why when you get off the plane, they give you like Kleenex.
Yeah,
it's like a gift.
Yeah. Yeah, you land in Hawaii, they give you like a beautiful fucking necklace of flowers. In India, they just hand you a roll of toilet paper. Welcome, here, you're gonna need this.
Well, what do they do though? What do they do? I guess they're all dirty.
They
ass.
wipe their hand they wipe their ass with their left hand and shake with their right. That's what they do.
That's where they bow.
Yeah.
Don't touch my hands.
Yeah, palms together. Don't touch.
Yeah. Oh.
Where can the people find you, Joe?
JoeBartnick.com. All my dates are there. I don't know when this comes out. This week I'm in San Francisco and Denver. After that, I'm in Poughkeepsie and Soul Joel's. Ooh. After that, I'm going to Italy for a week and a half. After that, I'm in Boise, where the Patriots play. Foxborough. There's a
CBS scene. Yep.
And then and I'm doing my hometown Pittsburgh, the Improv, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I got to get on a date with Joe. My sister lives up in Poughkeepsie. I know some people.
Oh my God! You should have got on this one.
I'm gonna do some dates with Joe. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you know when I'm hitching a ride with Joe's wagon. But love you guys. Listening.
The wheels will come off of that.
We'll both get never invited back.
That's the best thing about my fans is we always drink a lot. Like if it's 80% full, they drank like it was sold out. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you. Love you, Joe. Thanks for listening, guys. Joe Bartnick. Follow him, obviously. Follow me at Randy Valero. Follow the podcast at Radio Set Below Podcast. Rate, review, subscribe. All the shit I never say to the end. Love you guys. Check you next week. Peace.